You won't believe how much Val Kilmer made in his career. Val has starred in some of the most iconic movies in the 80s and 90s, including Top Gun and Batman Forever. This is a breakdown of how much he actually made and where all the money went. This will be revealing. After digging deep into the pages of Celebrity Net Worth Parade in the Street, we were able to find out the salary numbers for his major films, which blew our minds. Stick with us to the end and find out how much his net worth was at the time of his demise. How did everything start for him? He made his film debut in 1984, starring as Nick Rivers in the spy spoof Top Secret, making an estimated $250,000 for his portrayal. His next major film role came the following year, playing the lead in the comedy Real Genius. The movie grossed $13 million in North America alone. His big screen breakthrough came in 1986, starring as Iceman in Top Gun, the highest grossing movie that year. The role provided him with a $400,000 paycheck. The movie was his break into mainstream movies and shot him into serious celluloid fame. He self-published a collection of poems entitled My Edens After Burns in 1987. The poems were written during his early years in Hollywood. Now considered a rare collectible, a first edition copy is listed at $3,500 on Amazon. His portrayal of Jim Morrison in 1991's The Doors got him critical acclaim and a paycheck of around $1 million. He was rumored to have received between $2 million and $3 million for his highly praised performance as Doc Holliday in 1993's Tombstone. To play the title role in Joel Schumacher's Batman Forever in 1995, he was paid $6 million, which is about $12.1 million in today's valuation. Despite its receipt of mixed reviews, it was a considerable box office hit. He declined to appear in the next installment, though. In 1996, he was paid $6 million to play opposite his acting idol, Marlon Brando, in The Island of Dr. Moreau. The movie had an infamously bitter and rocky production and tanked with both the critics and the viewing public. For the 1997 adaptation of the spy TV series The Saint, he received a $7 million check. The movie turned a profit at the box office. These two movies made him one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors in the 90s. Earning $13 million in the mid-90s is equivalent to earning around $20 million in today's market. For 1999's At First Sight, where he played a blind man who regained his sight after being blind for 40 years, he was paid $9 million, roughly equivalent to $14 million in today's dollars. Starting as a cool, clever, rising star in the 80s, he rose to the peak of fame by the 90s, taking on iconic roles and working alongside Hollywood's elite. Given the tremendous success he gained during the period, his net worth couldn't be anything but huge. To know exactly how much it is, simply continue watching and don't let go. How did he spend his huge earnings in the 90s? He bought a 5,328-acre ranch, approximately 30 miles east of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Located at the Pecos River, it included 6 miles of river frontage, a 640-acre grazing area, and a 7-bedroom, 8.5-bathroom residence. After listing the entire property for sale in 2009 for $33 million, he was able to sell roughly 5,300 acres of the property to a billionaire couple in 2011 for $18.5 million. He continued to own the remaining portion of the property at the time of his demise. Being a vintage car enthusiast, he was known to own iconic automobiles. He owned a beautiful blue 1969 Pontiac GTO convertible, which he eventually sold for $29,000 in an auction in 2017. He was also regarded as a notable art collector. Mirroring his eclectic art taste, his diverse collection of contemporary art included works by Jean-Michel Basquiat. A highlight of his collection is 2009's Maelstrom, a striking stainless steel sculpture by Roxy Payne. He established the Hellmel Studios and Gallery in 2018. It housed his production company, Boardwalk Pictures, an art gallery, and an area dedicated to nurturing emerging artists. He likewise launched Camp Kilmer, a virtual environment designed to foster collaboration among artists across various disciplines in 2022. Val's investment portfolio included real estate holdings and a deep involvement in the art world. These investments could have only added to the diversification of his net worth. How much could his net worth be? Don't stop watching to find out. How was his career in the 2000s? His box office appeal diminished in the 2000s, transitioning him from leading man status to supporting roles in independent projects. Among these projects were 2002's The Salton Sea and 2005's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, for which he received critical acclaim. In 2004, he returned to the theater, culminating in his development and performance of his one-man play, Citizen Twain, in 2010. The play was a product of his fascination with American author Mark Twain. He embarked on a nationwide tour of the play in 2012. In 2014, he was diagnosed with throat cancer. Chemotherapy and radiation left him with permanent vocal cord damage. He had to undergo a tracheostomy, a surgical procedure to create an opening in the windpipe to insert a tube to help in breathing, and a hole in the neck where an electronic voice box is connected for him to be able to communicate. The tragic impairment of his voice was a major blow to his career. Still, he continued to tackle various projects. He continued to appear in films including 2017's Song to Song, directed by Terrence Malick, 2017's The Snowman, directed by Thomas Alfredson, and 2020's Pay Dirt, with daughter Mercedes, directed by Christian Sesma. According to Mercedes, while doing the movie, it was so powerful to witness his dad creatively using his other senses to make up for his limitations with his speech. He also wrote a book, I'm Your Huckleberry, a memoir, in 2020. He became the subject, star, and writer for Leo Scott in Ting Poo's acclaimed documentary, Val, in 2021. The revealing, brutally honest documentary was narrated by his son Jack, who uncannily sounded like him. As a companion piece to the documentary, Val's most comprehensive volume of poetry, Cowboy Poet Outlaw Madman, Selected Poems, 1987 to 2020, was also released. The book offered a glimpse into his mind at various points of his life, as influenced by his acting career. He reprised his role as Iceman in 2022's Top Gun Maverick. For the movie, his voice was recreated by a UK-based software firm, Sonantic, through speech emulation using artificial intelligence. He reportedly earned between $400,000 and $2 million for his 4-minute cameo appearance. It was to be his last film appearance. Val died of pneumonia in 2025 at the age of 65. He is said to have a net worth of $10 million at the time of his death. Val's legacy is that of a compelling actor who started from $250,000 paychecks, moved on to multi-million blockbusters, hampered by diminished popularity to staging a successful comeback. For another incredible story of a rich and famous personality, just click on and watch the next video on Q.